Good morning. This is my last day in paradise before I gotta go back to reality. So I thought I'd get the video done early and then just go enjoy the day. Um, Feeling a little islandy, so I've got, got my curls out, got my island outfit on, and we'll go find some fun. It's been an interesting vacation. I think that today is going to be fun to just relax on the sand and probably just reflect. It may be a time for me to do like some journaling, some plotting and planning for what I'm gonna do when I come back to reality. As you might expect, I got calls, texts, emails the whole time that I've been here, and I've tried to deflect as many of them as possible or ignore as many of them as possible, but sometimes I've had to respond, which, you can be resentful of because it's like you should be able to unplug, right? So that's something else to work on. I'm still continuing my 31-day Proverbs Wisdom Challenge. And that's been interesting to see how that goes, right? One thing I'm seeing too, I'm enjoying going over the word. The speakers have been really good. And at the same time, not a but, and, I'm noting the marketing, right? So the gentleman who is running this, I think he's sincere. I don't have any issues. I'm not, saying anything negative at all. I think I'm just noting the patterns because I've been taking some of these master classes and listening to other people who are marketers or, business people. And so, there's the free offer, right? You can do the 31-day Proverbs challenge for free completely. And that's legitimate, right? You tune in at 8 o'clock every morning. They go over the chapter of the day. So, 31 days, 31 chapters. And then discuss the meaning of the chapter or the significance that you find in it in whatever ways. And talk about it with whoever the guest speaker is, which is valuable. So it is valuable. And, not a but, if you wanted to upgrade, you could upgrade to the $31 price point and get the journal that they offer that you can use to go along with it, and make specific notes on each day alongside it and that thing, right? And if you decided to do that, you could stop at that offer. But then maybe day 7 or 8, the next higher offer came in, right? And that was an offer to do, I think it's a Kingdom Wealth Challenge was what it's called. And that offer is $95. And that involves getting much more focused on your finances, setting up things like, wills, trusts, things related to your retirement, kind of analyzing your finances better. And I think they also said some things about helping you figure out additional income streams and things like that. So maybe there's another offer beyond that for the income stream. I don't know. So I did pay for the 31-day journal, which I haven't received yet because I'm on vacation. So it's probably sitting at my house waiting for me. But, there's still more than 15 days left of the challenge. So when I get home, if I decide to use it, I have it. And then it's hot here, by the way. Sorry. I have the fan on me right now, but it's still hot. I think yesterday was like 85, and there's humidity too. So there you go. So my curls are better in humidity. So you get the idea. And I think the next level thing starts later on today, which I have not purchased. I don't know if I will or won't. I do need to work on wills and trusts and things, and I know that, and I know better. I should already have that done. I have a fintech company myself, right? So full disclosure, right? I have some things in place, but not everything in place like I should. And I have determined that one of the things is not a what do you call it, resolution, but it's a determination that, among other things, including getting my business going better, um, and making other personal changes, working on my health more. You know, I've been hiking around while we're here. Even though I'm on vacation and I've enjoyed some things, I have made sure I haven't gone excessive on things. But you know, one of the things that I am going to work on for myself this year more is making sure I have some things locked in. And I have to do that. I have to do it because, you know, I have these two adult children, but they're still my kids. No matter how old they are, they're still your kids, right? And I have the one that's going to need some additional help. And so I want to make sure that, you know, things are set up so that they're good, period, the end. And, you know, I also can't be a good example. I also can't ask God for more if I'm not being a good steward over what I've already got. So, you know, the will and trust situation is going to be happening ASAP Rocky. And actually, I learned that my particular church that I belong to has a person who, an attorney that does estate planning and things like that, who will do it for you for, I think, free if you're saying you're going to make some sort of a donation to the church, which I would have done anyway. So I probably will do it that way. But I didn't see anything particularly wrong with the $95 offer that, you know, I was seeing in this program that I've been following along with. My only concern is, you know, sometimes, like I think they mentioned something about, you know, sharing your finances with them so that they can help you get a better picture of what you should do next. And while I appreciate that, I don't know that I want to, you know, do that. And so I may want to figure that out a little bit more one-on-one. And actually what I'm spinning up for my own business involves some of that. And so I just may not need that service from them. But I do recommend for everyone that you do take care of your finances that way, right? You should have multiple streams of income. And you should have your estate planning done. You know, nobody wants to think about dying, but we're all going to do it. And, you know, it's one of those things that once you get it done, then you don't have to worry about it. And, you know, for, I guess, Black and brown people in particular, you know, I hate seeing us, like, you know, your family members out on the corner trying to do a car wash or, you know, sell fried chicken or something to be able to bury you. That means that you didn't have enough money to get buried, means you also didn't have any money to leave your family to help move them forward, right? So you're leaving them with debt, not with legacy. And, you know, that's something we've got to get past. I think some other groups of people have had, you know, significant advantages in that department that help them to be able to do that. But also at the same time, we now have enough tools and information that we should be able to try to, you know, push past, right? So push past that threshold at least. And so I feel like, you know, it's time. It's past time. And for me personally, you know, the fintech that I have built, it's called Ujamaa Financial. And its main purpose is to help people, especially people that have had issues with lower pay, being first-time students, being first-generation people, being women, being Black and brown people, any of the above, who generally will have pay disparities, generally will have more places that your money has to go, generally will have had to take out more debt in order to get through school. For those folks like me, that to help figure out how to pay off your student debt faster, to build your credit, because, you know, credit is king in this country anyway. to save emergency money, because you always need to have that emergency break the bank money, especially in the time we're living in now. And in this particular government system that we're living in now, we don't know what's getting ready to pop, right? And you may need to bounce at least out of your local area. And so you'd want to be able to have that emergency money in case that happens. You know, what if the bank closes for a while? Do you have cash somewhere? All of those things, right? So what my company does is help you figure out, you know, your student loan payment, get you on the best payment. It's not a loan situation. We work with credit companies, like the main ones, Equifax and those guys. And we figure out the best payment situation for you. We also help you figure out ways to pay it down faster. One of the ways is through roundups of your spare change from the purchases that you make, sending that money that you accrue from that to make additional payments on your debt to take it down faster. It saves you interest over the long haul, and it gets your payment done faster. And then we do things like reward you with a $500 free life insurance policy with our partner Wish Insurance. And that gets your foot in the door for life insurance, which is one of the main ways that people pass wealth going forward. And so we're working on a few cylinders all at once. That's the thing that makes us a little different, is that you're not waiting to just pay off your debt. You're able to start accruing wealth, start getting your credit together, start doing all of these things simultaneously. And it's one of those set and forget things that we help you get set, and then you just go about your life and make your regular purchases and payments and things like that. And we handle the rest for you, and you can, you know, keep track of it, of course. And in the process, we're also teaching you financial literacy, so you have better tools and information to help you make better choices. So it's called Ujamaa Financial because Ujamaa means cooperative economics. And I think it's really important that, you know, we help ourselves, right? And we are helping our community in any way we can, whether it's just through education, whether it's through, you know, purchasing and circulating dollars in the community, all of those things. And so, you know, I also listen to some of these other influencer people, and I wouldn't say I'm an influencer, I'm just telling you what I do. But, you know, folks that do this on the regular basis for money and to help. I'm sure a lot of people are really sincerely trying to help teach people a thing. But I know, you know, there's like 50,000 master classes. Everybody's got an ebook, everybody's got a whatever. And shoot, I might have one eventually too, I'm not even gonna lie. So you're not gonna catch me saying I would never do it, and later on then you're like, well, she's a fake because she said she wasn't gonna do it. I don't know, but I'm just watching to see, you know, where it adds value and where it doesn't, because some things really do. Some of them are fluff and some of them are great. I took a master class that I'm gonna watch multiple times because I think it's really awesome. Also, completely unrelated, but in the stream of consciousness, a couple of years ago, I bought my daughter a Christmas gift that's called Masterclass. And it's not this same, you know, the people that you see on Instagram. They're like, I've got a Masterclass for $19.99, or it's totally free until I tell you the upsell thing. It's like people who, and it might just be masterclass.com. I don't know what their site is. I'm not selling for them either. I don't know them. But it was a great gift where, you know, there's famous chefs, famous musicians, famous politicians, famous actors, famous, all of these things, whatever thing, tennis players, whatever. So we'll be like saying, you can learn how to sing from Mariah Carey and Christina Aguilera, and you can learn how to cook from, you know, Chef whoever, and you can learn how to be a producer from Pharrell and this person, and you can learn, you know, tennis principles from Serena or Venus. I forget which one it was, but or maybe both of them. I don't know. You can learn this or that from ex-politician. You know, I'm not going to talk about what my politics are, but there's all these things on there. And, you know, you pay one price and you get access to all of these master classes. And it's taught from people who have, you know, real street cred because they have been the master of whatever the thing is that they are famous for. So that I found real value in, because my daughter actually really did view the things. Sometimes some of them are interactive as well. And, she learned a lot of things. Like, she learned a lot of the cooking things, basics from me, but then maybe some of the baking, finer things from chef so-and-so, and how to make this particular sauce from this person, and, how to have more control in your runs from this person that sings, and all those kinds of things. So it's kind of awesome. And that's some of the things like I'm circling back to now is like, I just, like I mentioned before, I want my life to be more expanded. And I really do believe in continuous lifelong learning. And so, if you can find someone who really has something, like a point of view, something to say, but they're not just gaslighting you, they really are sincere, they have good information, you should absolutely learn from them. You don't always have to pay for it. Some people enjoy mentoring. I think, I enjoy mentoring also. In where am I now? 25 years of nursing, I've done a lot of mentoring, right? I've written a lot of letters of recommendation. I've talked people through, their first year or two of being a nurse or being a nurse leader. And also just, I'm a lot of people's auntie. A lot of my kids' friends, I'm like their auntie or second mom or whatnot. And I love that. Like, you're supposed to gain wisdom. You're supposed to share your knowledge. You're supposed to help make people better. And so, wherever I can do that, I love that. And then, as an aside, I'm that person sometimes, like, when you're out and you see someone but I don't say it, I don't do it, I just think it, I don't do it. But like, you see someone and you're like, oh, I can see what you were trying to do, you were almost there, like with their fashion or their style or whatever it is. And you can see they put in real effort, and then it's just like, you just need one little tweak and you'd be exactly where you probably think you are. And so, and I'm sure that happens to me a lot too, where I think I'm quite, I've got it pretty much there, and maybe it's like another pair of shoes could have been better or whatever. But I'm talking more like, okay, so you want to wear fake eyelashes? I think that's wonderful. I wear them occasionally too. I don't have them on today, but like I wore them to my daughter's wedding. That's my first time really trying to experiment with them. I was like, oh, it does add something sometimes. But it's very rare that you see someone where they have those ones that look like the butterfly flapping on their face, and like they're going to take off in space, that really is a positive addition. and you want to be like, I see what you were trying to do there, but maybe you could do it like a little bit toned down. I don't know. And at the same time, it's not my business. Go for it, girl. Whatever. For me, I am trying to be better every day. And, just being open to what else I can learn. For me now, this, like I said, is my last day of this particular vacation. And I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to go to the pool. I'm going to lay on my face. I'm going to swim in the ocean. And just try to soak in the last few moments I have. It's a long day, though. We don't get on the plane until this evening. And we've got late checkout, which is nice. So I'm trying to take this quiet moment now. But I think that all in all, it's been a great trip. We went to some waterfalls yesterday. We went to a chocolate factory yesterday. We watched them hand dipping shortbread cookies and bought some. We went to an unforeseen national park, and it was wonderful. So I think today's going to be another wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful day too. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.